Hey everyone, how you doing? It's time for QOTD. QOTD is where I ask you 3 trivia questions about what happened on this day in history, and this day is December the 13th. Cue exciting intro. I don't have one. Before I go into what happened on December the 13th, let's talk about December the 12th, shall we? Because I know we've all been wanting to talk about it. I'm going to give you the answers from yesterday's questions. I asked you what famous blue-eyed crooner popped out of a broad called Mom in 1915. That was Frank Sinatra. I also asked you what famous painting was recovered stolen from a Florence hotel in 1913. It's the Mona Lisa. And the last question I asked you was what rocker married his 13-year-old cousin in 1957. Great balls of incest, that's right, it was Jerry Lee Lewis. Now today's questions. I don't have the intro, so why even bother moving hands? Let me go through the 3 trivia questions about what happened on this day in history, December the 13th. Question number 1. What country did Abel Tasman discover on this day in 1642? Any crews that came by later were eaten. Question number 2. Who did South African President F.W. de Klerk meet for the first time on this day in 1989? And question number 3. What dictator was captured in a dirty hole near Tikrit on this day in 2003? Ooh, exciting. Let's recap the questions. I asked you what country did Abel Tasman discover on this day in 1642? Who did South African President F.W. de Klerk meet for the first time on this day in 1989? And what dictator was captured in a dirty hole near Tikrit on this day in 2003? If you know the answers, which I know you do, you're all smart, you all look smart, except for that one guy. You look like a bit, incestuous. But if you want to get the questions to me or answers to me, just write them, type them, tweet them, whatever you want to do. Throw them in a bottle, into the ocean, and maybe one day I'll find them and I'll call you the biggest winner ever, after I called you a big loser. I'll see you tomorrow.